I didn't really think Patrick was going to talk about Ja Morant, but here we are.
5 major American sports, basketball is the hardest sport to make it to the pros. One
Really?
in 12,363 players, or 0.008% of players, will get signed to a professional team. To put that in
Makes
perspective,
sense.
if every dot on a basketball represents one potential pro signee, 3 dots out of the 35,000 will make it. The NBA also happens to pay their players the best, with the average salary per
A
player
lot,
being
bro.
roughly $10 million
A
per
lot,
year,
bro.
which would place you in the
Crazy.
top 0.1% of earners in the United States. So
Yo,
someone like Ja Morant securing the extraordinary job as a professional basketball player means he has basically won the lottery of life. He worked extremely hard and is being rewarded at the highest level for
and
his
just throwing it
efforts.
away,
And
bro.
instead of building his legacy and setting up potential generational wealth for him and his family, he's deciding to take on the role as a gangster rapper, assaulting people, flexing weapons on Instagram, and trying to prove to the world that he really is about that life. Only person who made the NBA to go back to the hood. Ja grew up in South Carolina in a small, quiet country town called Dalzell. Dalzell is a few miles outside of Sumter, which is ranked as the 46th most dangerous city in South Carolina. He went to
Okay.
Crestwood High School, where student academic performance is just about average with the entire state. It's pretty safe to say that Ja grew up in a very average American suburb, surrounded by slightly above average crime rate, and went to an average school. We have no
Okay.
reason to believe that he is a gangster or is gang affiliated in any way. He has no criminal record, no history of violence, and really only a few minor arguments on the court, which is extremely normal. Ja has 2 loving parents who have always supported his basketball dreams and are very proud of him. His mother describes him as a genuinely loving person. His father T used all of his free time to privately train Ja and help him become the superstar he is today.
I mean, Ja just overall seems like a cool dude. Like, he has a YouTube channel. I've seen like 3 of his videos. He seems like a really chill guy. I really don't understand why he would decide to do any of this shit. Besides the fact that media just glorifies violence and shit like that. But he's a grown ass multi-millionaire man. He really chose to switch all that up. I don't know what it is. Maybe the crowd around him.
Morant is only 23. He was drafted as the number 2 overall pick by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2019. He won Rookie of the Year in his first season after averaging nearly 18 points per
Wow.
game, and every year his stats have just gotten better and better. This year
Wow.
he's been on fire, with a 27-point average while shooting 46%. In the 2022 offseason, Ja signed a 5-year extension with the Memphis Grizzlies. This
Okay.
contract would earn him 25% of the salary cap yearly, which is estimated to be
Yo,
around $40 million per year, putting him
bro,
roughly in the top 10 earners in the entire NBA. His performance in the first 5
crazy.
seasons are reminiscent
As
of
a
Derrick
rookie,
Rose,
bro.
Russell Westbrook, and Allen Iverson. Ironically,
Hey, yo, that's my
are
cousin.
remininiscent of Derrick Rose,
Trey Murphy the
Russell
third.
Westbrook, and
Come
Allen
on, Trey.
Iverson.
Come on,
Ironically,
Trey. Guard him, bro.
AI and Ja have even more in common, indulging in a lifestyle that is synonymous with rappers, more specifically, gangster rappers. Allen Iverson liked to party, go to clubs,
The
drink,
dangerous
and
life.
gamble, which ultimately led to the downfall of his career. Ja Morant, as of recent, likes to show people how tough he is. On January 3rd, 2023, TMZ reported that Ja Morant was allegedly involved in the attack of a minor during a basketball game in July at his Tennessee home. The two got into an argument, and the teenager said Ja approached him, put his chin on his shoulder, and asked a bystander, "Should I do it to him?" then struck him with a closed fist.
Wait, so John Morant was playing basketball at his house, and this teen was invited over. That he didn't know the teen. You just invite random ass people to your house.
Knocking him to the ground. From there, Ja continued sticking him while on the ground, and another man jumped in and began hitting the boy as well. Officers in the
Damn.
dock say they noted the teenager had a large knot on his head. Ja says he did strike the boy, but he was acting in self-defense after the boy threw a basketball at him. Morant told officers
That's not really how self defense works, bro. Somebody throws a ball at you, you walk over towards them, and you get close to them. They're not swinging at you, so you can't claim self defense. I'd like to see this in court.
teenager made verbal threats stating he'd light his house up as he was being escorted off the property. There are
Okay.
also separate reports that say that Ja hit
So after you beat him up and he was getting escorted out, he said, "I'm gonna light your house up." That's not gonna work with
The
self-defense.
boy 12 to 13 times and even went into his house, grabbed a gun, and put it in his waistband, taunting the boy. Now, NBA news outlets were harping on the fact that the kid was 17,
That's not
but to give Ja
self-defense.
the benefit of the doubt, a
I don't care
17-year-old
about the
these
age.
days most definitely could light your house up. The
Facts,
four people involved in
100%.
Pop Smoke's murder were 19, 18, 17, and 15. It's easy to see
facts.
17 and think of an innocent boy, but that may not be
no.
the case. The teenager did press charges, and the boy's mother demanded $20 million from Morant.
20 million. You hear this? Oh, my son got beat up by a multi-millionaire. I guess we getting millions, baby.
But the charges were dropped due to inssignificant evidence, and it was looking more like a false allegation for someone to make a quick payday off an NBA player. But 4 days before this fight, Ja had another police report filed by a security guard at a finish line in the Memphis Mall. The altercation started after Morant's mother had a dispute with an employee, which led her to call her son. Ja showed up with 9 men. A verbal confrontation transpired, and then a member of Morant's group pushed the security guard in the head. Morant then said, "Let me find out what time he gets off," which made the guard want to file a report as he felt threatened
100%.
by Morant's statement.
I mean, bro, 9 people pulled up and he got pushed in the head. Like, file a report, bro. Like, hell no.
Now, Ja had the opportunity to show the world how gangsta he was when Shannon Sharpe pressed the Grizzlies on the sidelines of their match against the Lakers. Shannon yelled at Dylan Brooks saying he can't guard LeBron, to which Dylan responded, "F you." Shannon retaliated and stood on the sideline begging for them to get in his face. Ja's father T even got up and barked at him a little bit, but nobody wanted to get up and close to Shannon. Ja yelled from across the court,
and the Grizzlies.
And as soon as people tried to usher Shannon away, that's when the Grizzlies decided to try and press him. Shannon later said, "They don't want this smoke. They don't want problems. But I wanted everything they had."
Yo, Shannon with that golly, said, "I'm about that action, boy."
Fast forward 1 week later, and Ja got into an altercation with Chris Duarte of the Indiana Pacers. Chris pushed him 3 times while Ja repeated, "Don't touch me." But Ja had some plans for retaliation after the game. Acquaintances of Grizzlies star Ja Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party near the team's bus in the loading area of FedEx Forum Arena. And later, someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a red laser on them. We don't know if Ja was the one who pointed the laser, and we also don't know if that laser was attached to a gun. But was Ja trying to do the first post-NBA game drive-by? I guess by comparison, it's not as bad as Gilbert Arenas. The Wizards player in 2009 brought a gun into the locker room and threatened to shoot one of his teammates over a card game. But let's not forget that last year at 2 in the morning, Ja said to a Twitter op that it's free to see how hollows feel, referring to hollow tip
He was a
bullets. And if that evidence wasn't enough, just last week, Ja went on Instagram Live while he was at the strip club and flashed a gun to the camera. This action prompted a 2-game suspension, as well as Ja deactivating all of his social media pages. Obviously, 99% of people denounced this behavior, but some people like Gilbert Arenas and Paul Pierce defended Ja, basically saying they understand why he carries a gun. Ja has everything going right for him. He's living a life that's near impossible to achieve. So why does he want to run around and act gangsta now?
That's a good question.
You're not hard. That's not your life. People that in that life would give anything to be in your life.
Damn, I swear sports and music are so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us.
Facts.
Those lyrics come from Thank Me Now,
Facts.
the final track on Drake.
Bro, every basketball player, you see him talking to rappers and shit like that. And then you see rappers at the games. You see rappers want to play. Like, you see J. Cole dunking and suiting up, playing actual matches. Like,
2010 debut album,
crazy,
Thank Me
bro.
Later. Rappers love the esteem, the money, and the safety that basketball players have. But basketball players love the lifestyle that rappers have. We know that Ja loves NBA Youngboy. He is constantly going on IG Live rapping along to his lyrics. Youngboy has a way of making his nefarious lifestyle sound fun and exciting, even though it's extremely stressful and he likely has a target on his back 24/7. Like we said before, Ja is from a small suburb in the middle of South Carolina, and we have reason to believe he's had a pretty solid and stable upbringing. He moved to Memphis, which is known for being a dangerous city, home to a lot of famous rappers. He became the face of the Grizzlies franchise, so everyone in the city loves him. When he goes to the club, where real Memphis gangsters probably hang out, they likely show him love. Even rival gangsters in Memphis could probably bond over the Grizzlies.
Because they put on, because Memphis, they got a lot of gang shit. South Memphis, East Memphis, they about that life. But the NBA, Memphis Grizzlies, they all gonna put on for their own city. So that's why Ja cool with everybody, because he putting on for the city. He making them look good. He taking them to the finals and shit like that. Not the finals. We'll see. Well, it ain't happening this year. But taking them to the playoffs and stuff like that.
being
So
their
yeah,
favorite
it
team.
makes sense.
He's getting a taste of their lifestyle, the lifestyle that his favorite rappers glamorize. They are bringing him places he never would have been able to go, and he probably isn't too worried about his safety because he doesn't have enemies. He wants the power and the
So you
respect
don't
that
know
comes
that.
with having
You don't know that because when you get involved with these rappers and these street people, whoever you picking as your friend, you're picking your enemies as well. You cool with Young Dolph? We saw what happened to Young Dolph. Those people not cool with you because you was cool with him. So don't think you ain't got no enemies because you cool with everybody. That means you got enemies everywhere. That's not how that shit works.
street cred, but he doesn't have to risk
Not
his
how that
life
works.
for it, and he has a guaranteed $10 million yearly salary. Ja has everything they don't, and he wants the one thing they have. But the one thing that
clout.
they have requires them to be alert and
Life.
prepared to risk their life at any
Everything.
given moment. Some people say 23 years old is enough to know better, but there's
No,
no doubt
it's
that
not.
a small reason why he's acting out is due to his
He's
age.
young.
23 with enough money to do whatever he
Whatever
wants
you
is
want.
dangerous, especially when his father is also indulging in his son's success. The NBA definitely wants to see Ja succeed, but if he continues down this path, he will be ostracized by the media, and eventually it will be too risky for any team to bring him on. His career will be cut short similar to other players who have tried these antics in the past.
And as soon as you get cut, them hood motherfuckers is not your friend, bro. They cool with you because you successful and you putting on for the city. As soon as that, like, they might recruit you to the gang, whatever, but not your homies, bro. They not your homies.
And the funny part about that is, his new friends that are bringing him into this lifestyle
it.
won't be there for him when he isn't a star
Exactly,
basketball player
Patrick.
anymore.
Exactly, bro. They not really your friends, bro. Great video, Patrick. Great video, bro. I was not expecting you to create this, but I'm glad you did. Great video. But yeah, what y'all think about it? Y'all think y'all gonna be the first person to leave the streets just to go right back into it? Well, he was never part of that street life anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.